Hey guys, how's it going? So this is another Magicka Wizard Wars video. Today I plan to do a beginner's guide, so we're just going to hit play and then we're going to go to the training ground. But when you do start the game, I think there's a mandatory tutorial at the start. Not this tutorial, a different one. So after you finish that, they'll show you some like basic stuff. And then when you get into this one, I've already completed them, so they're all listed here, but you'd start with the first one and then they'll show you these things, and they'll give you like a little description of what to do. So it says try a water spray that wets and pushes people away. So yeah, QQQ, and then hold right click and it pushes people away. So then we'll move on to the next one. This is to burn people. FFF. Oops, they said middle click. Middle click. So with most things, with the QQQ and you right click, if you did a QQQ and middle click, it does a different thing. So this one would like push people away as well. So you can just follow this tutorial and it'll teach you the very basics. But there are spells on there that they won't teach you, such as EWD. And then right click, and it'll put this wall that will block projectiles, but also when it blows up it will give you a heal. So let me just injure myself to demonstrate the heal. Alright, so EWD, and then when it blows up you get the health back. Also you can break this wall earlier if you want the heal. Yeah. So yeah, that is how you heal. That's kind of like almost your bread and butter when you play this game. You use it like very often, and then you can go www, start healing behind the wall. So you're healing yourself and then the wall blows up, so you get like a double heal kind of thing, just to really heal yourself up. This will be the bad guy. Just heal behind here. Another thing is that when you're warding, so click on here, they'll teach you about wards. ESF. This, the fire one, the orange one, is 50% reduction to fire damage coming to you, and the red one is 50% damage reduction of death damage. But what I don't think the tutorial tells you is, if you have even one fire ward around you, you cannot be burnt. For example, look at this. I'll burn this guy, and now he's on fire. If you even have one fire, you cannot get burnt. If you even have one, if you even have one water, you can't be wet. See that wet effect on that dummy? And then same thing goes with everything. With one stone armor, one earth, I mean, you can't be knocked down like this, which is pretty brutal in an actual game if you get knocked down, because the enemy just has a lot of time to set up some big damage to you. Another thing is, if you have one ice, then you can't be frozen. I'm not sure if it doesn't reduce your cast time, because when you do start getting frozen like this, it takes you longer to queue up spells. You start moving really slow, and your movement speed as well. But for absolute full protection of damage and of the effect, just go double. So for example, I have full death resistance, so I'll put these bombs down and I'll walk on them. I should take damage, but I take no damage. Oh, that was fall damage. So yeah, I take no damage from the actual bomb detonation. So just remember that if someone is throwing rocks at you, yeah, if someone's, okay, just remember, if someone's throwing rocks at you, E middle click or E right click will not block it. Only a wall can block a rock. But the rock can break the wall, but it won't hit you right away. It has to break the wall first, as far as I know anyway. This thingy will block these rays, and it'll knock down whoever uses the ray on it. The flames can go through this. I mean, no, they can't, sorry. Electricity can go through it, and rocks can go through it. Hold on. Yeah, so rocks can go through it. So, yeah, you don't want to put this up if somebody's throwing a rock at you. You just want to put a wall down. So yeah, you can do that. If someone's chasing you with a ray, just put that up, you'll get knocked down. If someone's chasing you with a rock or something else, you can put that. It does block like the flame things, but it can be broken down pretty fast. But if you put firewall down, then no one can break, like a fire can't break a firewall, stuff like that. You can put a death wall and a death ray can't break through it. That's kind of advanced, but it's just good to know these things in case somebody puts a wall up and you're trying to like burst him down. You know that you can't actually break through that. Another thing is watch out for things like this force spell, because as you know in this game you can kill yourself and you can hurt your allies and kill your own allies. So this is really dangerous if you have a lot of allies present, because you could kill your allies as well. So when you want to attack someone, I'd suggest to start off with get very familiar with FFF and then hold right click just to burn people down. Even if this burn doesn't kill them, you put the fire on them if they're not warding against fire, and that burn will do a lot of damage on its own. And then another one is DDD, and just start holding right click, and then make sure you don't reach the full charge. If you don't let go before that red bar finishes, it'll knock you down, and you don't want to get knocked down. So just release it before. Oh my god, I didn't do it. Just release it. There we go. So yeah, that's another thing. And then the other one is SSS. So just the same element 3 times. That'd be like a good start off for you. AAA. This one is the longest range electrical spell. So yeah, that's a good base one to use. So yeah, SSS, AAA, DDD, hold down right click, let go before it reaches the end, FFF. So that's a good start for DPS. Another thing is if you're on fire like this, you can actually put the fire out by casting that water spell. So just go QQQ or any amount of Qs and just go middle click, and then it'll get rid of it. Also just note that 1 Q middle click will do such a small ranged splash, 2 will do like a medium sized one, and 3 will do like a really big one. Same thing with all spells. 3 of this will reach out really far, 1 won't reach out really far. So it's always best to go 3 if you can do it fast enough. Same thing with the heal. You do 1W and then hold down middle click, and it just heals not so much, but 3 you'll heal at a faster rate. Another thing is, and this is what I used to do when I started out, is people will do EWW and put this double healing ward on themselves. And yeah, sure, it's good if you're on the go and you don't have time to stop and heal, but it's actually pretty bad when you're playing as a team, because people will try to heal you, and if you have double what's it called, life, ward, whatever, that means you're 100% immune to heals. So besides this little heal that's ticking on you, your teammates can't heal you. So you kind of want to avoid this double ward if you can. But if you're really on the move and you need to use your number 1 spell to like run away and you don't have time to stop, it's decent. But generally you don't want to use this. So in this game, another attack you can do, which they'll take you through, is the basic attack is just right clicking. And then when you hold it down, and then once you hear that ding, that little shining thing, you'll do your special attack. And yeah, you'll go through this in the tutorial, but this weapon I have now is not the standard one, so I just want to show you an example of how each weapon will give you different effects. So first thing is the attack speed. So this one's pretty standard, like it's not too fast, it's not that slow, but when I hold it down, it does that, which is pretty different to what other weapons do. So just note that each one of these weapons does something different. I think one is even a pistol, which would actually shoot when you hold it down and let go. Alright, so just looking at the store, as I mentioned in my first impressions video, that they will bait you into buying this tutorial fire pack for 10,000 gold. And it's not so bad. It'll give you some bonuses to fire, which is good to start off with. But I didn't buy it, I just saved my money. And yeah, you can just have a look around in robes. And these ones here are for the in-game currency, the other ones are for real money. So if you're like me and you don't want to spend real money, well, maybe I would if I found like a really cool robe, but I don't know. I prefer to go with the in-game ones. So yeah, if you find one you like and that you have the level for instance, this one requires level 24 and I'm only level 21, so I can't really buy it yet. So yeah, just have a look around. This one, if you look down at the bottom description, this one will give you 100 health, but it will reduce your movement speed by 4%, and that's how it works in this game. When you get a buff to something, you get a reduction in something else. So usually if you get a buff to, yeah, for instance here, if you get a buff to earth damage, you get a reduction in lightning damage, and that's how it works. So you can choose the gear you want to be really strong in earth attacks if you want, but then you won't be that strong in lightning. So it's up to you how you do that, and I'm no expert in this yet, but I'm still learning. So also when you go to weapons, they have different attack speeds and different techniques. So as I showed you before, when you do the right click attack, you'll have a different attack speed or a different attack per weapon you use. But when you hold down right click and then you let go, it will do a little special attack, and some of these will make you leap forward to do an attack, and the basic one will just do like a triple mini dash attack thing. So you can pick the ones you want and just try it out. Maybe check YouTube if there's a demonstration on what each one does or something before you buy it. But generally you can just buy one you think looks cool, try it out in a game and see if you like it. Me personally, I kind of don't use my weapon to kill people, but maybe I'm just not that good at the game yet, so it could be something that I'll start to do later on, but it's cool to have anyway. Moving on to staves, yeah, they've got like different stats as well. I'm not sure if they have any effects. I don't think so, I think it's purely stats. Trinkets, yeah, they're stats as well. Rings, stats, consumables, you buy this with real money to get more chests, because in the chests you have a chance of getting unique robes that I don't think they sell in this store. Familiars for real money. Pretty sure when you respawn or when you take the first, when you capture a point, you get one of these following you. I'm not sure, I should know, I've been playing this for like a couple of weeks now. But yeah, going into gear now. So you can just click here, change the gear you want depending on what robe you have. This is the base one. If you click on it, you can change the color you want, which does nothing to the stats, because it's this default robe they give you gives you no stats, but it doesn't reduce any stats either. So it's just a complete base robe, which is pretty good to use as a starting point. This one I have here is a movement speed one, and it reduces my health, so that's the trade-off there. So what I like to do is couple it with some movement speed rings, movement speed trinkets. That's what you generally aim to do, as far as I know so far. So if you really want to do good fire damage, get a fire damage robe, couple that with a fire damage ring, a fire damage trinket thingy. I think they're called trinkets. There are no stats on the weapon, but yeah, there's stats on the fire as well, so a fire damage stuff, and that's generally what you want to do. So moving on to magics now. These are the special abilities you can get, and I'm pretty sure you get the meter to use these spells as you get kills or as you capture point or something like that. Yeah, so when you get that bar up, you can use these different spells depending on how far your bar is. And yeah, over here, if you click on, let's say, Raise Dead, it requires 3 cold crystals and 4 death crystals to unlock this. So you need those, and you can get these from the chests, but you can also get them per level. When you level up, you get a crystal. So that's how you can get these, and you can unlock which spells you want, and then you can use them in the game. They also give you a little demonstration of what each spell will look like and what it does. Hey, the treasure chest suddenly appeared again. Welcome back, treasure chest. So, just to show you guys what it's like to open this daily treasure box, just keep in mind that I only have double the chance to get a rare item, but my chance of this being a stupid lame common item like a crystal is pretty big. So, keeping that in mind, I am gonna open the treasure box. Oh wow, I actually got a rare with only double. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I recorded this. Yeah, it's pink, but it's rare, so that's pretty cool. It gives a bonus, it gives a bonus to the kind of like force fieldy thing, but it reduces the amount of healing I do. So I'm not sure what scenario you'd use that in, but it's a new rope. So let's check it out. Go to gear and then just click on this, and then bam! Look at that. Pretty cool, right? If you like pink. So yeah, that is the daily chest. I just wanted to show you guys. It is worth doing this, getting this multiplier all the way to 10. That was just luck, beyond luck. Like, don't take this as an example. Usually you'd get a lame crystal or something. So if you have the time and you feel up for it, try get all these wins. All these lines are wins. Get it all the way to 10 and then open it. You'll have a better chance of getting a rare robe like that one. That was just, yeah, that was funny. So that is it for this video, guys. If you have any suggestions for me, by all means, please leave them in the comments. I'm really open to that. I'm just new to making these videos, so if I could do anything to make these videos more helpful to you, or maybe release content that you guys like more, then yeah, just let me know. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.